Nah, 'cause I said I'd start it at 5-2. No one's in yet anyway. Got one viewer so far. Thanks for joining us. As the players take to the pitch, I will start to read out the team lineups. Starting with Atherton Collieries. So number 1, Danny Tabernier. Number 2, Clive Smith. Number 3, Gaz Pete. Number 4, Luca De Freitas Hansen. Number 5, Captain Danny Lafferty. Number 6, Joel Amado. Number 7, Ben Conway. Number 8, Danny Lambert. Number 9, Marcus Casani. Number 10, Jack Lenehan. And number 11, Scott Sefton. Your Marine team, well, I'll give you the Marine team after a minute's silence is observed. A minute's silence to be observed following the death of the treasurer for Atherton Collieries. Minutes of applause now being observed. And on the referee's whistle, the minute's applause has ended. Beautifully observed by everyone in the ground. So I'll read you Marine team today. Starting in goal, number 1, Bailey Passant. Number 2, Kyle Hayde. Number 3, James Joyce, playing his final game for the club. Number 4, Mark Howarth. Number 5, Danny Shaw. Number 6, James Devine. Number 7, Owen Watkinson, back in the team. Number 8, Alex Doyle. Number 9, the captain, Niall Cummins. Number 10, James Barragan. And number 11, the top goal scorer, Neil Kenji. On the bench for Marine today, David Raven returns from injury. Number 13, Harvey Passant, the brother of Bailey. Number 14, Ben Hughes, drops to the bench today. Number 15, Josh Solomon Davies. Number 16, Lewis Riley. Number 17, David Lynch. Number 18, Ben Roberts. And the two teams swapping ends as a result of the coin throw. So it's going to be Marine, well, attacking, well, downhill from right to left, with the home side Atherton from left to right. Marine in their changed blue strip today. There's Atherton in black and white stripes. James Barrigan will get us underway. And we're off. Alex Doyle to play it long from kick-off. Looking for Niall Cummins. Headed away by Sefton. Joyce looks to run down the left wing. But it's a throw into home side. To be taken by Clive Smith. Sorry, Danny Lafferty. Launch down the line. Mark Howarth heads out for another throw-in. About 10 yards gain for the home team there. Throw to be taken again by the skipper. Headed not clear by Danny Shaw, but up. And Kyle Hayde now can, looks to play over the top for Neil Kenji, but just slices that one out to be dug out on the far side. Thrown to be taken by Gaz Pete over on about the halfway line on the left-hand side. Looking down the line for Ben Conway. Headed clear. Jack Lenihan is looking for his fullback, but James Joyce intercepts. And now Alex Doyle on the ball, looking long. James Joyce again over on that far side, but he's just mistimed his jump. But Owen Watkinson can keep it in. And he has on this left-hand side near the corner flag. He's back to Barrigan. Looking for the 1-2 with Watkinson. It's just down in that corner. And shepherded out. And a throw in to Marine. Apologies for the lack of description. My view is a little bit, impeded. As Howarth stepped up from centre back, whips the ball in. Cummins the target at the back post, but headed clear by Gaz Pete. And play continues as Hayde looks to get a ball back in on that right hand side. Playing at wing back today, Kyle Hayde. Deflects over for a corner. Marine line up as they have done in the last few games with 3 central defenders and 2 wing backs. With 3 centre backs consisting of James Devine, Mark Howarth and Danny Shaw, who's been a rock at the back in recent weeks for Marine. Mark Howarth and James Devine, of course, filling in during the injury crisis. But good to have David Raven back on the bench today, though. Hopefully see him soon. It's going to be James Barrigan to in-swing a corner with his left foot on that far side. So Danny Shaw is the target. It's headed clear, though. Cal Hayde looks to recycle it. Gets the ball back in. Looking at Cummins at the far post. Bit of a mix-up between defender and goalkeeper. DeFreitas Hansen getting in the way of his keeper, Danny Tavernier. But in the keeper's hands now. A long ball forward by the keeper. Watched all the way by Howarth, and it's gone all the way through to Bailey Passant. Kasani the target there. Dave Sheeky says, much travelling support. Well, what I can tell you is the supporters coach was upgraded due to high demand. They all arrived about half an hour before kick-off. Ball on the halfway line now. As it runs out for a throw-in once again. Gaz Pete to take. Throwing down the line, looking for Conway, headed clear by Hayde. Headed back in the air, and Hayde again looking to beat Conway to the header. Up in the air again for Owen Watkinson. It's a little bit scrappy this in the middle of the pitch. But the home side get the ball in their possession. But Mark Howarth clears the attempted through ball out for a throw-in. Marcus Kasani unable to latch on to the end of a through ball there. There's James Joyce to take the throw in. about 5 yards ahead of the 18-yard box. Barragan makes himself an option and volleys clear. Straight into the midfield for Atherton to head back, and Joyce can now control and volley down the line, looking for, well, it's a searching ball in the end. It's just gets Marine up the pitch. It's a throw in to be taken by Daniel Lafferty. Down the line, and it's Mark Half lets it run for Danny Shaw. Bit of confusion there, and Shaw has been dispossessed. Is Lenehan on the ball now, plays it infield for Lambert. Spreads the play out for Pete over on the far side. Looks to run at Haid now. Haid shows him down the outside, but still managed to get a ball in, headed clear by Doyle. Watkinson looks to draw the foul, but plays it back to Joyce in the end, who eventually can clear, looking for Cummins down the line. Uses his body well, but just evades Barragan with the layoff. And Conway looks inwards for Kasani, defended well by Shaw. And the home side have their first corner of the match. Looks like it's going to be taken by Jack Lenehan. In swing it. Plays it short instead. Now the ball is whipped in. Appeals for a penalty there, but it looks like they both had each other, to be honest. It's Cummins and De Freitas Hansen. Ball back into the box. Danny Shaw heads it clear. It's Conway. Looks to curl one. Oh, it's just over. Pass it was planted there. I think he had it covered. But warning signs there for Marine. Need to be careful from these short corners, but he look to have a couple of players who can bend one with the left foot. Conway and Jack Lenehan. Pass that with the goal kick now. Plays it short. James Joyce looks to play Watkinson down the line. Back in the team today after his injury precaution. Barragan looks to swing one in. It's not quite dealt with, and Watkinson can latch onto it. It's defended in the end. Now Cummins, Alex Doyle plays it back out for Joyce. Infield for Watkinson. And Kenji looks to get involved for the first time. Rebounds the ball off Watkinson, turns well. And that's brilliant work there from Cummins to try and track back and win the ball after Watkinson had been dispossessed. Now, Howarth looks to ping it down the line for Joyce. And it's Lafferty looks to shepherd it out of play, but Kenji put him under pressure. But they have got it away in the end. But now Devine can just shepherd that out of play. Well inside his own half. And wins a throw-in. To be taken by Haid, the loanee from Tranmere Rovers on a 1-month loan. Played a few games now. Launches it down the line. As Kasani uses his body well to roll Devine. Looks to play it down the line. Defended well by Haid. Oh, but Conway still got it. The left footer over on that left-hand side. Lambert plays it back down the line for Pete. Looks to whip the ball in. Looking for his opposite fullback Clive Smith. But Joyce can watch it run out for a throw-in. Plays it short for Barragan, who will look to clear it. Wins another throw-in as his clearance is deflected. Joyce now down the line for Watkinson. Looks to flick it on. In the end, ball back in Joyce's possession, and he's tried to get Marine up the pitch a bit there, but he's just, again, he sliced. I don't know whether the surface is slippery. It has been raining here in West Lancashire. Slippy surface. I have to say the pitch is looking in decent condition, on a bit of a slope, but in terms of the actual grass, it's looking good. Throw in now down the line for the home side. Headed clear by Mark Howarth. Big bullet header there from Howarth, filling in at centre back as he has done for the last few weeks. He's done a good job there, to be fair. It's going to be Smith again to take the throw as the ball is recovered. Options down the line, Kasani and Conway. If that's the route that Smith chooses, and it is. Looks for Conway, headed clear by Short, without the headband today. His head must have recovered. Joyce clears it, looking for Kenji, who looks to use his body, but Sefton is just nicked in there before Cummins could latch onto it. Down the line, looking for Jack Lenihan, but there's just too much on it over on that far side. And it's gone out for a goal kick. Sorry, throw in to be taken by Carl Hayde. Around 10 yards inside the Marine half. Down the line, looking for Cummins. Looks to flick on. Watkinson uses his body well, but not in the eyes of the referee. Penalises the strike it. Free kick for Atherton. Both sides go into this match in good form. Atherton have won 3 out of the last 5 games, losing just 1. Marine, of course, looking for their 4th consecutive win. As the free kick is taken, looking for Kasani, but his flick on just runs out for a goal kick. Marine have actually won 7 out of the last 8 games in all competitions. The last loss coming away at Clitheroe. I just want to give a quick shout out to Eric Simpkin, Owen Watkins's granddad, who will be listening during the game live from Spain. Thanks for your support. Long ball from Bailey from the goal kick. Looks to flick on, does Doyle, but it's cleared in the end. Kasani, very willing runner by the looks of things for the home side. Looks to keep it in, but it's just too much on it and it skids out of play. Devine to take the throw. Takes it quickly to the his centre-back partner, Danny Shaw. Now Mark Alpha will look to bring it out from the back. Plays a long diagonal looking for Cummins, but there's just too much on there. But Hayde might be able to make something of it. Cleared in the end by Pete. Here's Conway. Turns well, but Barragan wins it off him in midfield. Here's Cummins. Plays it back for Doyle. Doyle gets the ball back out wide for Hayde. Plays a ball down the line for Kenji. Just stopped. But he's turned very well there. And he's just been dispossessed by Pete. Promising for Kenji. Well, Lenihan looks to start a counter-attack for the home side now as Smith breaks down the right-hand side, but he just tracks his run. Back on the ball now, Pete on the touchline, but Joyce is hassling him all the way. Good pressing from the fullback there. There's Lambert in the middle of his own half. Looks for a long diagonal for Kasani again. He's just miscontrolled it, and Danny Shaw's able to slide in there. But the ball's still in. Kasani's got the better of him down the line, but Shaw stays with him and prevents the goal. Prevents the corner. Out for a throw over on the far side near the corner flag. To be taken by Gaz Pete. Few players, well, one centre-back coming up. Looks like it's going to be DeFreitas Hansen joining the attack, getting in the box, so we can expect a long throw here from Pete. It is a long throw, aiming for the number 4. Flicked on. And Kasani in the box, he's a little bit manhandled there by Danny Shaw, but the ref is not giving it. Watkinson just gets a toe in there, but unable to maintain possession. Ball looking for the back post from Smith. DeFreitas Hansen had stayed forward from the back, but it's just over his head and out for a goal kick. Just the one previous meeting between these two sides, 4 years ago in the FA Trophy. Marine won that one 5-1 at this stadium. Can't read too much into it though, as it was 4 years ago. Two squads will have changed a lot since then. Mark Howarth now looking to pick the long diagonal from the back. Looks for Cummins, who's able to flick it on for Haid on the far side. Got a bit of space now to get a ball in. He plays a low ball, and Cummins has his effort. Oh, he has his effort blocked. Shouts of handball. The referee waves play on. Cummins almost half stopped, to be fair. He should have had another go at it, but play goes on. And now a free kick for Atherton as they look to counter-attack. Just fouled by Doyle there. Cummins is still demonstrating to the referee that perhaps he should have had a penalty. Free kick to be taken by Tabernet, the goalkeeper, just inside his own half by about 10 yards. Plays a long diagonal looking for Smith, but Joyce is up with him and he wins the header, but it's just flicked out for a throw-in. It's Smith to take the throw. He's just rejected the short option from Lenihan, so it looks like he's going to try and launch another one into the box. DeFreitas Hansen coming forward once again. Now a couple of long throw specialists in this team by the looks of things. And it's just look for the front post flick on. Headed clear by Danny Shaw, and then Conway's volley is deflected out for a corner. Good spell of possession really for Atherton looking to threaten with every attack. Got a couple of decent technical players by the looks of things, and some good crosses of the ball on the flanks. Corner to be taken. Another in-swinger from Lenihan. Headed clear by Shaw. Amado has come up from the back. Just looking for an option now. Tracked all the way by Devine. He's done really well. Just to push him down the line. Stayed with him. Amado swung a ball in. It's headed clear by Cummins. Needed a shot from the goalkeeper there. He had plenty of space, and it's just gone. He's headed it out for another corner. This one to be taken by Lenihan. Outswinger this time. And it's just flicked off of DeFreitas Hansen, I think it is, who looks to recover it before it goes out for a throw. But it's ran out, and a throw in to be taken by Jay Devine over on the far side. Playing on the right of the back three, as he has done for the last few games. He's another one that's stepped up in the injury crisis and hasn't really put a foot wrong, to be fair to him. Nor has Shaw or Howarth in the back line. Throw down the line. And Shaw's been turned there by Kasani. It's a good turn, and he's just upended him. It's a free kick. Around 25 yards from goal over on the far side. Good opportunity to get a ball into the box. It's probably just a bit too far wide for a shot on goal. But it looks like Lenihan might fancy it anyway, the right footer. Basant sets up a two-man wall. Barragan and Watkinson. Danny Shaw looking to take care of the captain, Danny Lafferty. Ball into the back post. Oh, it's missed by Passant as it's just headed. I think it was Danny Shaw that got the final touch on it. It's run out for a corner. Needs to be careful from these set pieces, Marine. They're looking dangerous. Atherton. The Northern Premier League side, currently 13th in their division. It's going to be Lenihan once again to take the corner. Conway's offered a short option, but doesn't look like he's going to take him up on it. Kasani again looked to make that near post run, but headed out by Howarth. It's going to be another corner. Corner's really adding up now. I count 5. It's going to be Lenihan once again. Swift ball in. Dangerous looking ball, missed by everyone really. I think Cummins got a slight touch on it. But Lafferty over on the far side looks to swing a ball back in. Headed out by Howarth. As Amado looks to keep the pressure on now. Back out wide. It's DeFreitas Hansen over there. Looks to swing another ball in at the back post. Kasani rose the highest, won the header, but it's never troubling pass on that. A good 5 yards wide in the end. Opening 20 minutes, you'd probably say it's been slightly edged by the home side, as you might expect from the team in the higher division. Danny Shaw now plays to Devine, who looks to just play one down the line, looking for Haid. Haid and Cummins have both gone up for it. Neither have won it. Lenihan now, tracked all the way by Doyle. Has got a really good tackle in there. A Barragan plays. Oh, Haid. He's took his man on brilliantly there. Looks to run down the line. Looks to exploit the pace of Kenji, and it looks like he's just about got there and won a corner. He's done really well there, Kenji. An opportunity for Marine now. Got some tall players of the team. Mark Howarth must be about 6'2", 3". Danny Shaw, something similar. Of course, now Cummins is in there as well. Owen Watkinson, good in the air. Going to be Barragan to swing one in for the far side with his left foot. Looking for the back post. It is Danny Shaw the target. But it's headed out in the end. Kasani has kept it in on this right wing. Looks to run down the line. Doyle tracking all the way. And in the end, looks like he's just run out of space there, and Joyce has done well to get back and track him. Just a slip there from Joyce, but he recovered well and won the throw-in the end. Yeah, he recovered well there after the slip, Joyce. Barragan once again offering short, but plays down the line instead, looking for Watkinson just over his head. And it's going to be a free kick for Marine, as Cummins is fouled. It's going to be taken by Mark Howarth. About 10 yards inside his own half. Cummins over at the back post, looks to be the target. Might have just evaded him though, and Haid is on the ball now, over on that right wing. Plays inside the Kenji, about 25 yards from goal. Looks to get away from his man. He's done really well there to actually get a shot away from the edge of the box. As Lenihan was closing him down, but it's not troubled the keeper in the end. Long ball from the keeper, looking again for Kasani, won again by Howarth. He's winning absolutely everything in the air today, Howarth. And Joyce has been dispossessed by Kasani now, who looks to get a ball into the back post, looking for Conway. But it's just evaded him. He's managed to keep it in though. Plays it back to Pete. Infield for Sefton. Back out wide for Pete, who looks to go one-on-one with Haid. He's done really well there. Oh, no, the referee is a signal for that'll be a free kick. Looked a decent challenge from over here, but there was a few bodies in the way in truth. So another opportunity for the home side to get some bodies in the box. We've enjoyed, well, a bit of success from these set pieces in the first half, but there's a bit of concern here for Gaz Pete. As he stayed down, he's receiving treatment. Back to his feet now, the left back. And a yellow card for Cal Haid as well. Another opportunity to get the centre-backs in the box, and they both have, Amado and DeFreitas Hansen. It's going to be Lenihan to swing a ball in this time. Passant readies his men and claims it well, the keeper. Looks for Kenji had made the run on the halfway line. Wanted it played early, but to be fair, he probably would have been outnumbered. There's 4 men back very quickly there for the home side. But Haid now looks to swing one in from that far side. Oh, and the keeper's just spilled it there. Not been the best in the air so far, this keeper. Maybe something for Marine to exploit. As Howarth looks to stand up Kasani on this near side. But it's going to be another free kick. I'm not quite sure what this one's for, but it's Howarth that's penalised for a challenge on Kasani. Looked fair enough to me, but not in the eyes of Jordan Crossley, the referee. There's a couple of men stood over it. Conway, the left-footed option, as well as Clive Smith. And it's going to be Conway with the left foot. Pass on off his line very quickly there to Gavitt. Take the pressure off his defence. Barragan again had made himself an option on the left-hand side, but it's just rolled out to Kyle Haid instead. Jay Devine. Doyle eventually looks to just clear it down the line. And Cummins with a flick on, which Kenji will chase. Very willing runner, as we know, and again, free kick given. Just a bit too enthusiastic with his pressing there, Kenji. Just defended it well, just to nick his body in the way before Kenji could get to the ball. Has won a free kick. About 27 minutes gone now. Still 0-0 if you're just joining us for this third qualifying round of the Emirates FA Cup. Free kick to be taken by the goalkeeper. Looking long for Smith. Howarth once again in the air wins it. It's Sefton in the middle of the pitch. Plays it out to Lambert. Out wide now for Pete, who runs at Haid. Needs to be careful now on a yellow card. It's the 20-year-old. There's Pete again looking to get down the line. He's managed to play a low ball in, and Shaw has dealt with it. Not too convincingly, because once again it's been a bit of a theme of the match. He skidded off his boot really and sliced out rather than the long ball up the pitch which he was looking for. But throw in to be taken by Pete. Been very much involved as the left back so far. Got a few decent balls into the box. Just to get another long throw in. Danny Shaw in the air, doesn't usually get beaten, and he hasn't on this occasion either. It's Lenihan now, and I believe it's going to be a throw-in. Strange decision there. There's going to be a throw-in to Marine. Looks like it's a foul throw. Bit of a delay on that decision from the referee, but anyway, we carry on. Haid looks to play it long, looking for Cummins. He's taken one in the back there, but the ref's not giving it. Barragan, Kenji now on the right wing. Looks to turn Lambert. He's done well there. Still got it, Kenji, down that right-hand side. Just looking for an option now. Barragan's giving him one. Bit of a heavy touch by Barragan, and he's battled off the ball. And looking long now is the Atherton midfielder. Runs all the way through to Bailey passing. Danny Shaw on the ball now. Looking long for Cummins. He's just about done enough to let it run through. Cummins' eyes. It's going to be another free kick there. Looks like it's Cummins. Just too firm with his challenge for the referee's liking that. Didn't see a whole lot wrong with it myself. Free kick to be taken by 7-8. Long ball looking for Kasani. And he's won it this time against Howarth, but his flick on runs through to Passant. And the Mariners back in possession. Rolled out to Jay Devine as the Mariners look to play out from the back this time, but he's just passed out our players. He's looking wide for Hayde. Not his finest moment, Devine there. Throw in to be taken by Pete. In front of a Rose and Sandy stand. Danny Shaw heads it clear. Whereas Kenji just manages to, he's challenged well. Won the flick on and deflected out for a throw in, which Hayde will take. Barragan provides an option, but just thrown back for Devine. He's got a bit of time to play a ball over the top, looking for Kenji now. Headed clear by Lafferty. Cleared away as far as Howarth, who controls it well. And again, he's got a bit of time just to pick a long diagonal, looking for Hayde. Not quite got to him there, as Pete stepped up well. And again, looks to get down that line. Run in at Devine, but Doyle gets a strong foot in there. As far as Lenihan. Sefton in the middle of the pitch now. Pressure from Barragan. Won back by Cummins, tracking back. Doyle looks to play a long ball over top, looking for Kenji, but not as far as Amado, who smashes the ball into the Rose and Sandy stand. Throw in to be taken over on the far side by Jay Devine. Sorry, Kyle Hayde. Throwing back to Devine. Looks to play it long, but closed down well by Lenihan. Been very involved so far, the number 10. Looking to get on the ball in a variety of different spaces. Hayde again to take the throw in, back to Devine. Just plays it back to the goalkeeper, who pushes his men forward. I would assume Cummins will once again be the target from this long ball forward now. And he is. He looks to. It's just gone over him. Amado's got there before him. Barragan attempts to volley it back forwards, but it's just got run out for a throw in. Thrown down the line. It's Kasani now, holding up well. Danny Shaw gets a toe in. And Hayde looking for that ball in behind. Watkinson. It's just skidded away, but he's put enough pressure on to win his side a corner. Good run from Watkinson there. If you're just joining us, we're in the 34th minute now. It's 0-0. Atherton probably been on top, but Marine now have a corner to be taken by Barragan. Swung in. Oh, Cummins. He looked favourite to get there, but just a bit of a flick took it past him. Howarth wants to play it back for Joyce. Tries to swing another ball in, but it's just gone behind for a goal kick there. Just over 10 minutes of a half to go. Still goalless in this FA Cup fixture. FA Cup qualifying fixture. The goalkeeper to get us back underway. Tabbing it. Looking long for Kasani. But it's Howarth again wins it in the air. Been very good aerially so far. Barragan looks to get a toe in, but Conway's got it now. And here's Lambert. Looks to play it wide for Pete, who's got forward very well this half. Looks to run at Hayde again, who's on a yellow card, needs to be careful. Puts a challenge in. Adjusted enough to put Pete off there, I think, and it's gone out for a goal kick. But but it looks like we'll need a new ball. Is Divine now. So the goal kick is taken short. He's just asking for an option because, which Kenji's given him, to be fair. He's dropped deep to come and get on the ball. But now he's played it ball forward. DeFreitas Hansen heads it clear. Here's Kenji again on the ball. Beats his man brilliantly down the right wing. We know he's got a trick about him as Kenji. Let's play it back towards the edge of the box. Just evaded Doyle and Barragan. Doyle tried to win it back, but now Joyce has won the free kick on about the halfway line. Not the best from Kenji there. He did well to beat his man initially, but he played it just perfectly in between Barragan and Doyle, so neither man was able to capitalise on a decent bit of space on the edge of the box. But got a chance now to get the ball back into the box as Doyle is standing over a free kick on just inside the Atherton half. Looks to dink it towards the back post. As Danny Shaw's in there, it's headed clear. Only as far as Barragan down the left wing. He looks to get another ball into the box, and that's not threatening the goal. It's gone behind once again for a goal kick. To be taken by Tabiner. As the players begin to congregate over on that far side, on the left, the ball is played long. And Howarth again, aerially dominant so far today. But it's flicked forward towards Kasani, he looked offside, and the flag has gone up. It's going to be a free kick about 5 yards ahead of the penalty area, which will be taken by Passant, short to Divine, who again is just looking for an option because the midfield do have to do a bit more just to make themselves available. Barragan swings it forward now. Kenji wins the header, but he chases his own flick on, and DeFreitas Hansen takes no chances with a clearance. Out for a throw-in, which will be taken by Joyce on the left-hand side and around the halfway line. Thrown back to Barragan, chip down the line. And Kenji will chase the flick on now, or Watkinson, sorry. Over in the corner. And I believe it's gone out for a throw-in. Sorry for the lack of description over in that corner. Can't really see. It looks like it's going to be a corner, which will be taken by Alex Doyle, in swinger. Danny Shaw and Mark Howarth make their way forward. Danny Shaw jostles for position around the penalty spot. Ball swung in, and it is Danny Shaw. Oh, it looked like it might have crossed the line. Just blocked brilliantly by, I think it's Lafferty in the end, the Atherton skipper. Oh, it looked a Shaw goal there for it looked a Shaw goal for sure there, but just blocked on the line by Lafferty. And the rebound blasted over the bar in the end for a goal kick. The players come over to this near side now. Clive Smith for target, but just too much on it from the goalkeeper there. It's gone out for a throw. And around the halfway line again. To be taken by Joyce. Over to Haid on that far side now. Doyle gets a foot in. Pete looks to get clear, but Haid just shepherds the ball, looks after it well. Looks to play Kenji in over the top again. Right, it's cleared in the end. Now Kasani high up the pitch now. Wins for flick on, but there's no one there to chase it. And here's Howarth now with the ball at his feet. Plenty of time on the ball. Plays it to Barragan on this near side. Plays it back to Howarth, the fill-in centre half. Across to Shaw and all the way across to Devine. Might look to play it long again, but he's miscued that one. And he's chipped it out for a throw-in. To be taken by Pete and around the halfway line. Moving over, looking for Kasani again. Howarth can clear now with his right foot, only as far as Lenihan. But the attempt is through ball, looking for the number 9, Kasani. Just runs out for a goal kick. About 4 minutes to go, plus added time. I can't imagine there being too much added time. Gaz Pete was down for around 20 seconds earlier on. But ball down the line now for Kenji. As he's tackled there by Lambert. Looked a bit firm, but the referee's not giving it, and now he has given Atherton a free kick. As Doyle a little bit too tenacious with his challenge there, we'll say. Free kick to be taken now. Plays it long, looking for Kasani, but Danny Shaw just lets it run all the way through out for a goal kick. There's no danger there. Shaw now. Play it long. Headed back into action by Lambert, and Shaw can tidy that up once again. Howard looks to bring the ball out from the back. Plays it over the top, looking for Kenji. Headed away by Lafferty. Brought away by Sefton. The ball just in no man's land there in the middle of the pitch, but Amado can now bring it forward. Intercepted by Haid though. He's attempted ball forward for Gaz Pete, who's now out of position if he can exploit that down the right hand side. But Amado does well just to get a foot in and put it out for a throw. Here's Owen Watkinson. Plays it back for Haid. Looks to swing it in. His Cummins gets a head on it, but nowhere near enough power. And the keeper gathers. Rachel, to answer your question, yes, we are commentating from the bar. It's the best we could do today, I'm afraid. Apologies if you can hear the background noise. It's Joyce looking down the line for now Cummins. DeFreitas, Hansen tries to play it out, but Watkinson's not allowed that, and he's, in the end, just ran it out for a goal kick. It's a goal kick now. Looking for Kasani, and he's done well there to hold the ball up. It's Lambert back in midfield. So Amado now looks to drive forward. Challenged by Doyle, but Amado's still got it down the left-hand side. Jay Devine's come over to put a foot in now. Henry, it has been raining here too. The pitch is a bit skiddy, but the players are dealing fairly well with it so far. There's been one or two fly off the boot, sliced clearances. but it's a stop now. Gaz Pete looks to get another long throw into the box as we approach the half-time whistle. Not long to go now. Looking for DeFreitas Hansen. Danny Shaw heads clear. Conway looks to just dink it back into the box. Headed clear by Joyce. DeFreitas Hansen. Kasani now. Looks to draw the foul, but Joyce does well to stay on his feet and cleared by Howarth. And there was a potential counter-attack on here, but Watkinson's just tumbled to the floor. He's told to stand up by the referee when he was absolutely flattened by Clive Smith, to be honest. But he's not happy with that one, Watkinson, but got the throw in the end. Good be taken by Joyce, who is playing his final game for the club today before he moves to Dubai. And signal there, going to need another ball. It's played back for Howarth, who can switch the plate for Devine, who looks to just play a long ball forward, looking for Watkinson, just headed clear before he can get there, but he's done well, the number 7. He's tracked back. He does that so well, Owen Watkinson, does it every week. He's tracking back and he's running. The throw in looking for Cummins, but headed clear. It's Barragan now though. And Lambert looks to just ease the pressure on his side by playing a long ball for Kasani. He's done really well to head it past Devine. He's just got no one up with him. But Lenihan now has joined the attack, but the Marine defence is back into position. Gaz Pete looks to drive at Hayde again, goes inwards this time, he's got round him. Devine just needs to stay on his feet, not give away anything silly. He's run out of room in the end there, Pete, and it's gone out for a goal kick. And the referee signals the end of the first half, still goalless. Atherton Collieries probably on top out of the two teams. No real clear-cut chances for either side, other than Danny Shaw's header from a corner being cleared off the line. Very well by Danny Lafferty. But as we go into a break, it's Atherton Collieries 0, Marine 0. Join us for the second.